A solid Primal branding strategy for your YouTube channel is so impactful that everything that we say as coaches goes out the window. But why is it so important for growth? Well, there are a lot of things, but one thing that does really matter is your viewership and retention of that viewer. Not just retention on your graphs, it's all about your viewer and then potentially turning into a subscriber. It is a safe place. Primal branding is the home of the safe place within your channel and your content. From the way you talk, from the way you look, from your background to your topic to your logos, your language, everything is covered in Primal branding, and this is why it's so important. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a top 10 of what us coaches say for you to do, and then how people are being successful and completely doing the opposite of that because of Primal branding. What am I doing for Primal branding? Well, this setup is consistent. This background is consistent. My tone of voice is consistent. Everything that I'm offering is consistent. I'm maybe over elaborating my edits, which I do tend to do.
Are you serious?
Now, I should caveat this by saying all this information is in a book, but I have made it relevant to video. But this book is called Primal Branding by Patrick Hanlon, and it is a fantastic book, so I definitely recommend reading that. But as I say, I'm turning this into video and your YouTube content rather than just generic Primal branding. So visually and content-wise and things like that, my branding strategy and my Primal branding strategy is pretty on point, but I will probably lock down that more in the future. But what about other YouTubers? So now I'm going to show you probably the only montage out there about Primal branding. That chapter.
Hey you, and welcome. Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike. Now, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
MKBHD.
So I've been dailying this phone for about 3 weeks now. What's up, MKBHD here. So we just got done with possibly one of the biggest. All right, so this is a crypto phone.
Ryan Trahan.
Today I'm trying the weirdest Amazon items on the planet. First restaurant of this video is I have to leave a 5-star review at every hotel, but I can't lie. I'm having so much fun. The experience is amazing. Step 1, I'm driving to Sonic. Step 2, order a combo meal with a giant sweet tea.
Coco Melon. Supercar Blondie.
Like, have you ever seen a nose that pointy? I'm excited! I'm here in Sant'Agata, Italy. Just Lambos everywhere. Freaking love it here.
Jack Skeptica.
Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye. Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye. Ow, ow, let go of me. Tell me, where's your master? Whoa!
Nintendo Life.
Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here.
Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here.
Auto Shenanigans.
Hello and welcome to Auto Shenanigans. How the devil are you? Have you had a good week? My name is John. Thank you very much for joining me for another exciting Great British Road Journey. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, there is of course a button specifically for that, and if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. That'd be wicked sweet. Awesome.
Scott the Was.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Hey y'all, Scott here. Hey y'all, Scott here.
So what have we learned from that? Well, Patrick Hanlon has 7 key points that he puts in his book. So let's go over them and turn them into video aesthetically. Creation story. It's not as important as it once was. I think it's nice to show your audience, your subscribers, your viewership, what your beliefs are. And actually, if that's something which I think you think is important, I would definitely review that once a year. It doesn't have to be a whole new video, but it could be little tweaks within that video just to say who you are and what you stand for. So if your channel is very driven by morals and things like that, it's probably just good to remind people on your channel why you're there and why you're putting out your content in the way you are. Number 2, creed. Do you have a logo or slogan to go by? So things like Apple have got Think Different, Nike's Just Do It. Have you got something where you could have a slogan which epitomizes everything that you want to your channel to put out there? If you do, use it within your language. Number 3, icons. Icons are not just logos. They are, and idents and things like that. They are, and they can be important, but your icons are also the people and your subject matter as well. It's something which they expect. So when they click onto your video, they know they are expecting certain things, certain visual aesthetics that tie in you and what you're talking about and your channel. So it's not just logos, it's people, it's potentially how you dress, it's whatever is important for your channel. You need to keep aesthetically there, and icons can be people. Like me, this is my icon, the backgrounds are icons as well. So think about that. In fact, just an example, that chapter, who I absolutely love, brilliant, Mike is his name, who's the main guy there. I feel like I know him even though I don't. He changed his backdrop. He started off with a black backdrop, then he went to a more sort of in-room studio thing with a skull and other things. And I'd be interested to hear his feedback, because he's gone back to the black background. So I wonder whether the iconography of what he tried to do didn't work. I could be wrong, but I haven't spoken to him, but I imagine it's something along those lines. Number 4, rituals. Jacksepticeye is a master of this.
Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye. Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye.
That high five, that slap is genuinely funny, and that energy going in, that huge amounts of energy going in, how he keeps it up, God only knows, but he does, and it's brilliant.
Oh God, you're so quick.
There seems to be lots of Irish people on this episode, so I think they've got a lot of character.
What has the bear got to do with anything?
What other rituals can you think of with other YouTubers? For instance, Ryan Trahan uses the lavalier mic, and he self-shoots, and he holds it out in front of him.
You definitely look the part, you know.
Now, loads of people do that, but it's because of him that he started that. Well, I believe he started it anyway. He certainly made it popular.
Let's go back out there.
Number 6, language. Again, we go to Mike at that chapter. Listen to this.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this whole video, before we get into all of that, please subscribe to see new stories for the dark every single week. Now, let's give it a go.
And Scott the Was.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Ever seen one of these? Nostalgia.
Scott the Was is really interesting. He goes in quite hard at the beginning to say, welcome y'all to his channel, and at the end he always ends with a joke that he has looked at and he has set up right from the beginning. Maybe something doesn't land initially, but at the end it lands. Very clever scripting.
Though the design will hold up for much longer. So I've come to the conclusion that I won't buy anything ever. I'm not doing it.
Number 6, non-believers. Non-believers is interesting because this is what you want to try and make these non-believers into believers. You want to turn them into people who listen to and watch what you have to say. This is really interesting because it takes a while for people potentially to enjoy your content. But if you are consistent with your tone of voice, your messaging, your background, everything like that, it does definitely help. People, when they watch stuff, they don't want to think about stuff too much unless that's what they really want to do. But a lot of times, and YouTube really engages with people who are just after entertainment, because that is what YouTube wants to become. They just want to make sure that these non-believers come back, and if they've seen you on a thumbnail, they're likely to go back to you later on, even if they're not subscribed, and you will turn them into believers. And number 7, leader. Are you a leader in this? I don't think this is actually too necessary to become a leader in this, because I think people have different trains of thought. The point is, as a leader, it's not, and I've always said this, leaders are not necessarily the people who know the most. It's the people who put themselves out there the most. You can be really opinionated and speak rubbish, and we know a couple of people like that who are powerful people, and because of that, people seem to like them. I don't know why, but they do, and that seems to be how it works. So putting yourself out there as a leader isn't necessarily a leader. It's about being out there and having an opinion and offering something to somebody, and they have value in that. So leaders are not necessarily experts in the field. They are people who generate entertainment and engagement. Right, so the top 10 things that us coaches tell YouTubers, budding YouTubers, not to do. And because of Primal branding, for these channels, it's completely arse about it. They can do what they want because Primal branding is so strong. Down 2 places at 10, don't ask for subscribers. Why? EU is a bit icky. Like, yeah, I don't know if I want to subscribe to you. So I just I recommend don't do it anymore. People know what they're doing. They know the platform. Just don't bother doing it. Don't sell yourself.
If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. That'd be wicked sweet, awesome.
Before we begin, please do consider subscribing to see more true crime, strange and chilling stories.
I don't like it. I think a lot of YouTubers don't like it. But you can see these YouTubers that do it, they get a huge amount of success.
Smash a like on this video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new.
So am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Up 1 place to 9. Don't introduce the video as if there's hundreds of people in front of you. Why do we think this? It's not individual. You want to speak to one person. Like, you want to connect with one person. It's easier for me to talk to one person than it is however many people watch this video. So it's easier if I just talk to one person. It's more personal. It's you and me having a chat, not everyone behind you. You see what I mean? But clearly it doesn't make any difference what I think. In at number 8, don't use rubbish cameras or microphones. Now, I'm an exception to this because this is sort of what I do. So yeah, the camera there is about $4,000. The lens is about 2,000. This was about 800, I think, 800. But if you look at Ryan Trahan, for instance, he self-shoots for the best part, and he has a little tiny microphone that he uses, a little lav mic which he uses in a different way, which everybody does now. But that, he just, again, holding his microphone, that's a Primal brand thing. Now everybody does it. So yeah. You get the idea. Really don't spend too much money on cameras, and if you are going to spend money, spend it on audio. You've got to get the audio right, but it doesn't have to be like massively high end. Falling 5 places to 7, tight editing. So this is really important. You've got to chop really hard in the edit to make sure that everything is concise and tight so people don't go anywhere. But then saying that, you look at other people and they've got nice long edits. The clips are very long.
So Miyamoto walked over to Yajima's desk, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Let's work together."
They are doing fantastically well. So what do I know? In at 6, finish the video quickly. Finish that video quickly. Get out of that video quickly, and so that people don't have time to click off. Really important.
Love you guys. We're out.
Bye-bye.
And then you look at other people, and they're doing exactly that. They're taking a while to leave, and yeah, they're doing all right. Staying at 5, don't make dull thumbnails. Yeah, that's right. Do not. Make sure they've got lots of colour, lots of text, lots of arrows, lots of expressions, lots of faces. All of that. Make sure you put that on every single one of your thumbnails. But then if you look at some of the other ones that have been made, there's they barely do anything. It looks like a grab from the video that YouTube makes for you. I don't think it is, but it looks that way. So, and they have millions of views off the back of that. Falling 2 places to 4, never have idents. Idents are things with your logo and they animate. Those things are really bad for engagement, and they actually are. I know firsthand that they are in the instances I've worked. But if you make them short enough, I saw one the other day that was 22 seconds and there was just no point, far too long. If you make them nice and short and concise, that can work, I guess, because you can see the numbers here of people who do have them and they work really well. Up to 3 from 5. Upload every week or more, quite frankly. Just get stuff out there, pump stuff out. The more stuff the better. 4 episodes a week, perfect, banging. Except a lot of people are investing more in their pre-production and producing less, but their videos are better, so there's that conundrum that I face. Almost there at number 2, make shorts. Shorts are vitally important for growth. They are. I genuinely think that. But a lot of channels haven't done that. Why? Because they don't need to. They are established, they've already got a really good viewer fan base, super fans if you like, and maybe their stuff, especially if they're editing in a slower, more documentary style way, then they probably doesn't suit shorts. Shorts do need to be snappier, so maybe that doesn't quite work. And new in at number 1, never wave off the viewer. There's literally no point. It's the worst thing you do is wave off something, because they are now looking, they know the video is coming to them, they're now looking for something else to click on. So why would you do it? As soon as I stop waving, the video's over.
But until the next old video, please take care of each other. Please take care of yourselves.
All I know is that I don't want you to click on anything else, but at the same time, I'm still waving. So if I stop waving, it's all going